Hi, my name's Mac. This is the Karmic Chronicles. This is a place where I tell my karmic stories. Because, by golly, somebody needs to hear them. They are retellable. Retell-worthy? No. Yeah, anyways. If you know what a karmic cycle is, if you know what a karmic loop is, you know that it's not easy to even acknowledge what's going on, that you are in this karmic relationship or situationship. You're most likely the empath, with a narcissist or what they call an avoidant. And it is basically a big test for you in this life to get out of that loop, get out of that relationship, situationship. To cut the ties, correctly, and get out of there. And the thing is from my understanding, we've done this karmic loop, this merry-go-round, life after life after life after life. Okay? So the people in your life currently were the same people in your life before. Now, were they the exact same lineup? Like, was your mom your mom? I don't know. Maybe. You might have been the mom. And that extends all the way out to, partners, things like that. It's a lot of the same. Sometimes those relationships, for it to be karmic, somewhere in the midst, somebody screwed somebody over. And one of you got really mad. And it was like in a movie, and threw your arms up to the sky and said, "I'll find you in every life." Every life. Kind of vibe. I can be a little dramatic, so buckle up. I also believe there are soulmates that come into your life that aren't so, that are like, yeah. But you can't get that until you get past the karmic. I'm here this evening to discuss something that it's in the readings. If you're here, you probably watch tarot. You may not. If you're supposed to, it'll come up in your algorithm. That's the best way. That's how I try to handle a lot of this stuff. I feel like our algorithms can work for you, and they cannot work for you. Woo. Anyways, if you watch tarot, you've heard of the karmic couple. If you haven't, well then, I don't know what readings you're watching. But for the most, and I realize at the same time, what I watch isn't what everybody watches. And it's a small number compared to how many people are here. But if you're watching this, I feel like you're on the same wavelength as me, at the same frequency. So, there's a karmic couple. There is a little, almost like a coven, 3 witches. I know it sounds crazy, but it turns out this world is crazy. Lots of things we had no idea take place. So there's that, and then there is, I feel like there's another one. I know there's a couple of higher up kind of vibes, but right now we're going to focus on the karmic couple. I plan on working on my stuff here, my jewelry, but I probably won't even. Now I'm getting all into it. I would like to know, when this is all said and done, this video, if you are having any types of, if you know what I'm talking about, who I'm talking about, and maybe share your story or little bits of it. Because I think that's really important right now. Because if you are watching tarot, you are trying to change your life, we can't do it on our own. We have to have the numbers in order to be okay, we're going to shift our perspective here. Okay? Because we can't, only one of us can't get out of this low, this ebb that we're in. We have to consciously do it. So, Bonnie and Clyde. That's what I call them. That's what they remind me of. I can see them. When I see them in person, they're like a blur. But definitely body figures. They're people. I can see their faces. Not super detailed, but yeah. First time when we had our first encounter, it was the day after my husband had left me. Tensions were high. He came the next day to pick up his stuff. Some stuff. I was mad. Just bad energy. He was mad and bad energy. And afterwards, I went upstairs. I called my best friend and I said, will you do a cord cutting ritual for me? She put me on the FaceTime and we did it. And it was quick, easy. Afterwards, I was like, I have to lay down. I need a nap. Well, I want to say at the end of the reading, she shows me this card. I want to say it was the 8 of Swords, or the 9 of Swords. Sad card. And she shows it to me and she's like, she either was acknowledging something on the spine, this is the Dreamer's Tarot, or she said something about something touching my spine. So I take a nap. In the midst of this nap, it's scary. I'm out front of my house, but it's not my house. I'm trying to get in, and I've got these different challenges that I have to get past to get in the house. Each one carrying the energy of like trying to talk me down and trying to be like, you can't do this. I was flying in the first one because it was like the road, and then I got past that, got up to the porch, which was the next one. I can't remember that one. I just know it was dark. And the third, the last doorway here, was in the house. You walked in and kind of went around a corner a bit, and through the kitchen there was kind of a long hallway, not super long, that our washer and dryer sat in, and the back door was straight out. And all of a sudden, this man, and he looks like a dead man. In the dream, he's got more of a body than he does when I see him in real life. He looks like the Juggernaut from the 13th Ghost, to be quite honest with you. The woman looks dead. Long dark hair. And they are just on me, trying to just break me down mentally. I'm trying to wake up, literally like crawling, trying to pull myself up out of this dream. I swear to you, this dude pulled me back down. Like I physically felt him pull me back down. Something I never experienced in a dream. At some point towards the end, I was trying to wake up again. Coming up out of sleep, and right as I wake up, open my eyes, I feel a finger go up my spine. Craziest thing I ever felt. Second encounter. My ex comes by the house to pick up his mail late at night. As I know he's pulling into the driveway, I had this image pop up in my head. Him walking down the driveway with these two energies behind him. I was really upset. I was like, why are you dropping your demons off here? It was a rough time. Because I was alone for the first time in a while. Spiritual shit was just crazy through the roof. And I was super sad and vulnerable because of what was taking place with me and my ex. They hung around for a while after that. And I had a couple of instances where I woke up one morning. It was right as I opened my eyes, I heard my back door shut. It was perfect timing. And also footsteps out the back door. It was a 2-step, and then the door shut. Freaked out. Called my ex. Of course, he didn't want to help out. He didn't want to be consoling. I think it was the following night. At this point, it starts to build, and I get really scared. And I'd got my kids back home, and having them back there really helped. I mean, it was just I had my unit back, you know. In the middle of the night, that night, we all slept in the living room. And I wake up and I'm hearing like boots in my kitchen, walking around my dining room table. We had a bunch of kittens. It was like it was kicking kittens as it was walking around the table. I just kept my eyes shut. I don't know why. I was scared, obviously, but ended up getting a hold of my ex the next day. He's like, why would I be there? I'm like, oh, thanks. I don't know, but you're the only one who has access to the house like this. It was scary. Psychologically, it fucked with me. Big time. A while after, I'd say. Now, mind you, I'm having experiences with energies beyond them. You know, I had this clown showing up. It was crazy. And this clown is a legitimate energy, normal like energy that pops up in places, okay? That's the best way I can put it real quick. I've had some crazy experiences. My ex, who at this point we were married for a year. This year will be our 3rd divorce anniversary, and we have still been like around each other the entire time. We have not gone away from each other. We've not advanced. We've stayed stuck. We've stayed stalled. So, lost my train of thought there. Okay. My ex one day, and we weren't on good terms at this point. I wanted to try mushrooms because I wanted to see what that experience would be like, and like, because I am spiritual, like, what kind of doorways would that unlock in my mind, and what would I see? I wanted to, and who could I see, and what could happen? I wanted to do it. Probably wasn't the best idea, considering we weren't on the greatest terms. Excuse me. We end up doing it. They're starting to kick in. Right at that point, this woman, who looks like she's in a wedding dress, it's so hard to explain how they show up sometimes, because sometimes it's a vortex, swear to God. Sometimes it's like a digital drop. And then you see these, yeah. It's like a hologram. And she's mad. And she's wailing her arms. And she's like in my face. When they're mad and they attack you, it's like Tinkerbell, shocking the shit out of you. And I didn't know what to do, and I'm trying to like act like I don't even see it, because that's what you're supposed to do. And I think she was pissed off because my ex was there. Now, here's the kicker. These energies. Basically, in this life, the body is the body. It is inhabited by your soul, by your essence, and other energies too. And sometimes those energies dominate you, and sometimes you can come out and be the main. I mean, that's the goal, is to be ourselves. But before that, we got lots of energies running around inside of us that we think are us, that aren't us. Okay? And this couple loves me and my ex. They love us. Because when we're in that, like, low vibrational frequency, low vibration of, like, back and forth, hate to love you, fighting and fucking, all that shit. It's the perfect, that's like the doorway. They can get right at the right vibration. They can get inside of us. And I've literally watched them sit down in me and watched them sit down in my ex. Numerous times. I mean, I've seen it a couple of times, but I was just trying to figure out what the hell's going on. The times that there are times where they do get in and I don't see it. And I don't know until I notice my personality and how all of a sudden I feel different. I'm talking different. I'm real, like it's a difference. And they like us together, and they like us to fight. And it goes toxic, like it gets toxic. And then he ends up seeing somebody else. I don't know where he goes. And she's mad. They split up, but they always come back together. And it's the craziest thing. It's crazy. When I heard that whole concept for the first time, that there was this couple, I had no idea that it literally meant a couple. Because a lot of that stuff, it's like, oh, it could be this, it could be that. Like, this is, I see them. Do any of you have similar experiences? What are your karmics like? Do they sound similar? Like, is it the same energy, just like dispersed throughout, like just a dark energy? Kind of like Suicide Squad, how I look at it. How they built the army. Yeah. Are your karmics different? How did it play out in your life? This situation, if you've heard that whole term, if you've heard the term karmic couple, you've had experiences with something like that. Maybe you can't put your eyes on it, but you know what I'm talking about. I would love to hear your stories, because I don't know what else to do at this point. And I see them. I think we're supposed to do something. That's all. I have it planned I got a couple more videos, a couple more topics. And I mean, really, I can tell you stories all day long. But I do have some specific ones in mind for the next couple videos. Sorry for saying every 2 seconds. So I'm going to leave it here for now. There's a lot to process in this. I'm okay if you think I'm crazy. But I hope you're a little crazy too. Truly. Yeah. Be safe. Stay prayed up. Use your discernment. Don't give in. Stay positive. Keep a positive mind state. And we can get through this shit. So with that, I bid you adieu. And I'll see you in the next one.